Okay, so for the attribute selectors, you can apply it to ID selectors and the class selector. Okay, so ID selector uses the ID attribute of an HTML element to a specific element. Okay, it's a unique identifier for the HTML document of within the page. Okay, say for example, given here our previous activity, let me just remove these things here. Okay, we have here the resume underscore experience. So we'll try to apply the ID selector, okay, for this document. Say for example, in this nav element, we will add an ID attribute, okay, that is equal to, for the unique identifier of this nav element, let us say we will name this one as title, okay, and this title value will be used to design this nav element. Okay, save. And in our CSS, okay, we have the preliminary design, diba? We will just add the CSS ID selector. Okay, so in that case, we can use the number sign, like for example, the name of the attribute having a an ID value of title. Okay, so this nav with the title ID will contain the following design properties. Say for example, we can add the background color. Okay, the background color of, for example, blue. Let's try to save this one. Since this style is already linked in our HTML document, okay, let's try to preview our modified page. Okay, so as you can see, the background color of the nav element is being added with design property with background color. Okay, so you can use the number sign for the ID attribute ID selector. Okay, so for example, let's try to add another color. I mean another design like mhm, like border style. Okay, for example, for the border style, let's have uh, double. Okay, so the border style, which is double, is being added to our nav element with the title ID attribute. Okay, and for the class attribute, okay, it can be applied to a group of elements in your HTML document. So for example, we'll try to select several elements where the class attribute will be applied. Okay, so in our experience section, we have the ordered list of computer technician, family driver. Okay, so for example, we're going to apply a class attribute for this, and the name of this class is, for example, class A. Then we can use another, okay, we can apply another, we can apply the same name of class A to another element. Okay, so class is equal to class A. Okay, and even you can apply it to the different elements. Say, for example, in this OL. Okay, so in this OL, we can apply the class A. Okay, the same class name, save. Okay, and we will be using this class A attribute for designing these elements. Okay, now let's try to add a design here. Okay, all right. So for using the class attribute, you can use the dot character. Okay, for that. Okay, so for that character, you can use the element, the specific element with the class attribute of class A, meaning only the Li element having the class A attribute. So the other element that we applied with the same name, like this OL, will not be included since nag-specify raman ta nga Li only. Okay? So for example, we'll be using the border style of solid. Okay? For example, solid nga border style. Let's try to save. Okay? So only the KLI element being applied with the class A attribute. Okay? Or if you don't have to specify the element that you want to apply with the class A attribute, so this means that any element having the class A value, okay, applied with the border style of solid. All right, so as you can see, naanay solid nga border style ang ordered lists. So meaning kani entire list, entire ordered list, and the LIs here. Okay? So pertaining to the here, the ordered list, the LI of this one and this LI. Okay? All right. I think there is a missing LI here. Okay? Supposedly this LI must be ended after the ordered list. Okay? Unordered list, I mean. Okay, save. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's to specify that these items here belongs to the ordered list of the outer list. All right? So that's the difference between the ID selector and the class selector. Okay?